In this video, we're gonna be talking about how you or your kids can go to college debt-free. Yes, I said it, without the student loan, debt-free. Let's go. Hey, I'm Jay with Empower People, Empower Change, where we're all about taking you beyond your money goals, as well as help you live a healthy, plant-based lifestyle. Welcome to Debt-Free College Part 1, where we're gonna be going over a few ways of how you or your kids can go to college with no debt. I'm gonna give you 6 different points today on how to help you go to school without having any student loans, all right? Now, a lot of people have big dreams. They wanna get a college education. However, there are some barriers that stop you. So there are 2 parts. Some people say, well, I'm gonna have to get into a lot of debt to do it, so let me just go ahead and do it because I know I gotta do it. I gotta take out school loans. Another part is like, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm gonna skip it because I don't want the debt. So which way do you go? Neither one. All right? You can go to college without having to owe after you graduate. A lot of times it takes about 10 to 30 years to pay it off. Who wants to be paying off a loan for 30 years? So everybody you know got student loan debt. Your cousin's brother, your mother, your grandmother, their mama. Everybody's still paying student loan debt. And I don't want you to be in that boat. Number 1, here's an idea. Pay cash. Remember that good green stuff that's supposed to be in your wallet instead of American Express, Visa, etc.? Still works. Smell good. That's Merca right there. That's Merca money. What happened? We're supposed to be all about the Benjamins, but now you're all about the Sally Mays. So I know what you're thinking. Well, Jay, if I could save up 100 grand, or I could save up 50 grand or 25 grand a year, I wouldn't have to take out a student loans. Maybe it's too late. I mean, if you would have started early, technically could have got there. But let's say you're on your way to college, or your kids are on their way to college, okay? So it's close. Let me give you some other ways. I got your back. I got you covered. Let's go. Here's number 2. Apply for aid. If you don't know what FAFSA is, you got to go check the other video. Check that card, click that link so you can find out all about FAFSA, and you get your application, you can get it done. Get some aid, okay? Here's number 3. And I'm gonna cue this up with, okay, what is important to you when you look at a school? Do you look at, well, how good are the teachers there? Do you look at how good the sports team is? Because a lot of them would be cut out if you were just like, let's be real, okay? Man. Do you look at, oh, the dorms are cool, or it's a cool state. I want to go out of state. I want to live there. What are your priorities when it comes to school? Very important, because where does price fit in and affordability? Can you afford to go to that school? By afford, I don't mean you're going to owe them after. I mean, let's say you go into Blank Mart and you want to buy an item, okay? You buy it, that's it. You walk out the store. You don't go away owing them. That's affordability. It doesn't come out of anything else in my budget. I can still afford to pay my bills and everything. And I allocated this much amount of money to pay for this. And I'm gonna get this item, or I'm gonna get this service. That's affordability. Don't mess your financial plan or financial life up. It doesn't mean you can't go to your dream school. You can still accomplish that. You can get scholarships, you can work, and we're gonna talk about that more a little later on. Here's the thing about a school. Like, some people wanna be, oh, I wanna go to that school because it's so prestigious, and sometimes you have this thing in your mind about the status of the school. Let's talk about that for a minute, all right? When you go to your dentist and you're getting your teeth done, you don't sit there and be like, hold up. Before you work on me, let me look on your wall here. Let me see where you went to school. Last time you were in the hospital, did you ask your nurse, well, where'd you graduate from? How were your studies? What was your GPA? Okay? Your child's teachers, elementary school, middle school, high school, all that time that you had the chance to talk to them in correspondence, parent-teacher association, teacher meetings, going back to school meetings, did the topic ever come up? Hey, by the way, where did you graduate from? Did you go to a community college? Did you go to a big university? What state did you go? Go ahead, I dare you to name it. Name at least one of your teachers, what school that they went to. Now, if you are the teacher or you're friends with the teacher, that's not fair, okay? Give me some slack here. We trying. Fourth point I'm gonna mention, go to a community college first. Now I know what you're thinking. Community colleges, they get a bad rap, okay? But it's okay. I like what my favorite comedian Michael Jr. said. Michael, I'm sorry, I can't tell it like you, bro, but I'm gonna try. Ask somebody who goes to a big school what school they go to. You get a nice, clean answer. What school you go to? NYU? What school you go to? FSU? Ask somebody who goes to a community college, you get a much different response. What school you go to? Oh, see, right now, I gotta transfer my credits and I gotta get my cousin's books. I gotta borrow my cousin's books, and then I gotta get my transcript sent over, wait for financial aid and all that. So I'm not saying that go to a college that's like sketchy college, that your credits don't transfer or anything like that. Because a lot of times at community college, you could transfer to a 4-year school, but your first 2 years, they'll usually be cheaper for you. And they have great teachers. A lot of these schools get great reviews. So check into that. Don't get caught up in the hype of just because this school has so much personality or persona or so large or so popular, I just want to get in that school, just let me in that school. Calm down. Let's make sure that when you graduate, you don't have to pay those student loans. And a lot of times, even at the job interview, they don't ask you, what school did you go to when you first started out? Started out at community college? Out of here. Maybe depends on the industry, I don't know. If you're studied well, you know what you're doing, and you have your degree, you should be good. Point number 5, trade schools. Remember, like some cultures or back in the days, you used to basically be an apprentice of your dad or whoever it was that taught you something. They taught you a trade. They have trade schools, mechanics, electrical, plumbing. Plumbers get money, man, and I see why, because plumbing happens in my house. I don't like to deal with it. You know, when something's leaking, you try to fix it, something else start leaking. It's like one of the worst. I'm going on my own tangent, excuse me. Just think about it. They get money just for coming out and diagnosing your problem, telling you what's the problem. I could go to your house and tell you what the problem is. The refrigerator is supposed to be cold. It's not cold. Under your sink, the pipe is leaking and making everything wet. That'll be $150. I'm just joking, but really those guys are trained and professional. They know what they're doing. They don't just watch YouTube and try to figure it out, all right? But they do get paid just for coming to your house and telling you what the problem is. I see what the problem is. But trade schools, don't sleep on trade schools. And a lot of times they get you a good job, good career, if that's what you're looking for, without having to pay for 4 years of college degree. Number 6, directional schools. Most states have some kind of flagship school. This is where they do a lot of their academic research, but they have other schools which they do more of the academics and classroom stuff. The other schools will have names that basically indicates where they are in the state. And it's cool too, because they'll focus more on the classroom experience, and the tuition will be cheaper. That's a good deal. So those are my 6 points for today. That's part 1 of debt-free college. I don't know about you, but when I'm done with school, I want to be done with school. I don't want my student loans following me for another 20, 30 years. I got other stuff to do. It's time for work. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Jay with Empower People, Empower Change. Hopefully we'll see you in part 2. Plumbers get banked. Plumbers get banked. So,
Place, John.
just think. Shh.